Hey tubers, Bart coming at you. Happy Tuesday. Big day in football. Aaron Rodgers going back to the Packers. Russell Wilson going to the Broncos. So things are on the move. Sure would like to see that level of news and excitement around baseball right now, but not so much. But fingers crossed that we get baseball as soon as we can. That is 162 games at a minimum that I do not want to miss out on for my team. But time for a little mail day. Got a little random smattering of things here. Picked up this Ricky Waters from 95 Chrome. Beautiful card. It's got the tiniest little pinprick dimple on the bottom, but other than that, this thing's absolute perfect. And I have subbed plenty of cards that didn't get docked for that, so not at the current price points, but I'd love to someday sub that thing. Picked up some Deons. Love picking up 95 Deons in the Niners uni. This is a classic Pro Line preview. Looked a lot cooler in the listing. The edges are rough as hell on that one. Picked up this Pro Line Printer's Proof. They don't serial number them per se, but it says 1 of 175 on there. So cool looking card. And then I got some slabs. A little basketball action. 92 Panini stickers, Shaquille O'Neal. And a 7. Neat little holder here with the spacers and stuff in there so it doesn't float around, which is great. I'm extra judgy on those. For some reason, some cards, they just let them float in there, and sometimes they fill in the spacing so it can't. And it doesn't have a whole lot of rhyme or reason. I've been eyeballing like 33 Gaudies and stuff like that, and some of them just floating in there, and some of them are nice and locked in with a little kind of, I don't know, frosted whatever so that they don't move around. So I don't know why they choose one way or the other sometimes, but there were 3 of these listed, 7, 8, and 9. And I kind of bid on all of them, but I wasn't too worried about the grade. They all looked pretty good. I have one of these raw. It's in my grade pile, but it's not as good as even this 7. It's a little diamond tilted, and it's got like this little blue print defect on the bottom there. But I still wanted a slab version anyway, because I'm a sucker for the cards where the guys hold up their jersey kind of on a draft day or whatever, you know, especially if you see a first round pick or something in football and the guy holds up a number 1 jersey. I just kind of dig those. There's enough of those on major players that you can have kind of like a nice little side PC with that. So that's why I got that one. The 7 went for a nice deal. And I didn't like it enough to pay for the 8 and 9, but because I just wanted it for a potential display item. And let's see that one for picked up. I don't know, sometimes they just list cards at certain prices. You're like, well, I don't have that card. It's on the eventually list, and that is a great deal. So, picked up the Paul Molitor. I believe that was from an Elite Code 3 sale, too. I didn't know that at the time. I think I saw the name on the bubble mailer when I got it. But, first ballot Hall of Famer there. Rookie shortstops, pretty sweet on the 7, and an 8 goes for more than 3 times what I paid for that. So the 7 will do just fine. The Randy White rookie Hall of Famer as well. College Football Hall of Famer and NFL Hall of Famer, and he's a fellow Maryland Terrapin, so 2 times All-American at University of Maryland back in his day. So must have in a PC. Used to have it in a 9. Got this nice looking 8. And I tell you, I've been looking at a lot of cards lately. And I'm a bit of a snob for the new Lighthouse label. And but the most recent ones, the ones with 6s as the starting number, and some of the higher 5. There are some cards getting away with some grades that shouldn't be. I was looking at some 7s of Walter Payton rookies today that look like, you know, a 5 on their best day, just chewed on and marked up and stuff like that. They're just, it's a broad range of grading scale they're going on right now. But still love the Lighthouse label nonetheless. Glad to add this one back. I had this in a PSA 10. Made some damn good money off of it last spring. But I grew up a Cal Ripken, you know, fan. Not so much an Orioles fan. Again, I'm from Maryland, but I'm from the DC area. And even though they're only like 45 minutes away on the East Coast, that distance, it's a whole nother world. So I didn't necessarily align myself with Baltimore or feel like I was from Baltimore at all. So not the biggest Orioles fan, but how can you not be a fan of Cal Ripken? And he was, you know, he basically took over the state of Maryland and that whole area. So was a big fan of his, and glad to add this one back to the PC. Great looking 9. I think the only real flaw that I would point out on it is the color is not quite, I don't know, especially this guy's picture. It looks like the color, a couple of the inks were probably a little running slightly lower than normal, or as bold as it could have been, but fantastic looking card. And got a good deal on that. I love it when they send me those offers in email. And I was like, I literally had just lost an auction for like $25 more than what I paid for that when somebody threw the offer at me. And then one larger item, I couldn't believe that these were the prices that they were. So I kind of recommend this to everybody. Hard to not put a shit ton of glare on there, but let's see, there's Dave Blue Jacket 66, about to watch his video. Beckett #1, graded mint 9. This was less than $100. I don't know what it costs to grade one of these things, but it can't be cheap, right? It's got to cost a couple of bucks. And just in a great condition. 9.5s went for like 125, 130 or something like that. I thought a mint 9 for a magazine that was 32 years old was just fine. And very well taken care of case as well. I'm going to put this thing back in a plastic sleeve because I'm almost like surprised how good a condition this is, not scratched up at all. But I didn't even have a plan for displaying it, but I just thought it was such a cool item at a great price that I'd find a way to put it on display or something. You got Jordan on there. How can you go wrong, right? So pretty sweet. And there weren't necessarily a shortage of those. So it's not the rarest of items, but I think it's definitely a cool collector piece. I have they're not graded, but I have like, you know, I think it's like number 5 and number 8 or something like that of number of Beckett's. One's got Jerry Rice and one's got Montana. I've always had them up on the wall, so I just think they're, you know, they tell the story of the hobby, right? The Beckett magazines, and you know, we remember going through and looking at 4-point font, trying to see what the cards were worth and stuff like that. So there's great memories associated with that, and great memories associated with Jordan. So I thought that was a pretty cool pickup. But that's what I got for you. Got a couple of neat things coming in, and then got some PayPal burning a hole in my pocket, but I'm trying to be smart about it. I sold some Prism Rainbow modern stuff for a good bit. The guy will come back for half the rainbow. I sold him the nice half of the rainbow, but including the 101 and stuff. But got some good money in the PayPal, but just not finding the deals on the cards I'm looking for. So got to be patient out there. Don't just spend the money because you got the opportunity. Make the wise decisions, but collect something that you love. Happy Tuesday. Later.